This is my outlook on GJ and gold for this week. And we're going to start with GJ. And on GJ, we are on the monthly time frame. And on the monthly time frame, you can see that price has pushed up. We've pushed up to this resistance zone. So this zone was a zone where price sold off from, and we are at this zone now. We're currently at this zone, which so it's a resistance zone. Now going to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, you can see that price tried to break above that zone twice, 2 weeks now, and we've not been able to break above that zone. So the first last 2 weeks we had this push to this zone, to this resistance zone, and we sold off, which is this doji candlestick. And last week we tried to push again, and we still sold off again. Now going to the daily time frame, we can see this. We see the rejection of that zone. Now on the daily time frame, you see how price rejected off this zone twice. So we came to this zone, we rejected off it, we sold. Then price tried to push back up again, and we still sold again, which is this Friday candlestick. We sold again. So we are basically right now, price is just telling us that it's not ready to break above this zone right now. But if you look at the price action on the daily time frame on GJ, you can see that it's still bullish. Overall, it's still bullish because we have this low, we have this higher low here, this higher high, then higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. This is a higher high. So basically, this could be just price dropping down to make a new low, a higher low for price to continue bullish, right? So this basically two things we are saying on daily time frame. We're seeing that price is not able to we are not suggesting of this zone right now, and but still, in spite of the fact that we are not able to break above this zone right now, we are still bullish. Like the structure is still bullish, right? Also, if you look deep into, if you look at the structure here, this is looking like a double top. You get me? Now let's go to the lower time frame, the 4 hour time frame, or let's say the 2 hour time frame. We have more price action on the 2 hour time frame. Now on the 2 hour time frame, you can see that we see those different rejections. Boom. Here we tried to drop down, then we pushed up again. One thing I'm noticing from this price action on the 2 hour time frame is that we've broken the last structure point, which is this last lower high. This last higher low that price made, not lower high. This zone here is last higher low that price made. So now this candle that dropped down here broke below this last higher low. So technically right now you could say that this is like a change of structure, or price just broke structure. You get? On the 1 hour time frame too, we can also see same thing. We see our price, we pushed up, sorry, it came down. Now on the 1 hour time frame, you could call this a double top too, because this is a double top. So we try to go up, rejected of it, then we push back up again and rejected of it, and we've broken past the last structure point, which is this last higher low zone. So if on the lower time frame we are saying that okay, we've broken the last structure point, which is the last higher low zone, this could be indicating that we are now going bearish. If we are going bearish, what I'll be waiting for on GJ basically will be for price to drop down to the structure point here, which is this low here, this last low that price made, this higher low on this bullish structure here, this higher low here. I would like for price to drop down to this zone, right? Then we get some type of rejection, not rejection, retracement. On the 4 hour time frame, it will be looking like this. We get the drop down to this zone, and we get a retracement to around this zone. Then around this zone, if we get some type of rejection pattern, then we could have shorts targeting this last structure point here, which is this higher low zone here. I will be looking out for is for price to do something like this, maybe drop down, maybe then we push up, then around this zone around here we have some type of rejection pattern, you know what I'm saying, or some type of bearish pattern. Then if we get that bearish pattern around this zone, then we sell, targeting either this last low or even this last structure point here, which is this last higher low zone that price made. So basically something like this. So our entry would be at this zone here. So that's what I'm looking for basically. Now, price might not drop down here. We might not get that drop down here. We might open on Monday and price might be bullish and maybe push up to around this zone, and we get a bearish formation around this zone or a bearish pattern around this zone. Then around this zone, yeah, I could enter short position to target this low or this last higher low zone here, this support here that we have here down here. So basically one of these two things. Now, since on the daily time frame we are still bullish, right? Like the structure on the daily time frame is still bullish, right? This might be a little bit risky, on be more on the riskier side, because on the daily time frame, the structure on the daily time frame is still bullish. You get, normally we'll have to wait for the structure on the daily time frame to change from bullish to bearish, like for we to be a safer approach. Yeah, a safer approach will be for you to wait for price to break best last this last structure point here, which is this last higher low zone, break below it. Then we have some type of retracement, and once you get that bearish signal or some type of bearish rejection pattern around that zone, then we sell down. You get, so that will be the most safer approach. Okay, and I think I might go for the more safer approach, right? I might go for the more safer approach. Just wait for the daily time frame to shift structure, because right now on the daily time frame we are still bullish, because price could literally drop down to the zone, right? We could drop down to the zone here, and from here we just push up straight, and we push up to make new highs. You get, that's what price might do. Potentially we can see something like this. We might see something like this. It drop down to this zone here, then rejection of this zone, which also will be like a double bottom. Then from there, price could just push up to make new highs. Why? Because like I said, on the daily time frame, the structure on the daily time frame is still bullish. You get, so there's no need trading against the daily time frame. You know what I'm saying, so that's why I said the more safer approach is waiting for the daily time frame to shift structure to bearish. But if you want to take the one on the edge, like the more riskier one is right now, since we've already changed structure on the 2 hour time frame. On the 2 hour time frame, we've already changed structure. There's already a shift of structure there. You could also you could also anticipate bearish movement from this zone here. If the daily time frame is bearish, and the 4 hour, the 2 hour is bearish, then most likely if you enter in a trade, then yeah, it's most likely for you for that position to get to hit, you get, or to go in your direction, than if the lower time frame, like the 2 hour, is bearish, has changed structure, and your other time frames have not changed structure, like the daily time frame. You get me? So that's my outlook on GJ. Now let's go to gold. So yeah, you could see that last week the whole 5 trading days was bullish. Monday was bullish, Tuesday was bullish, Wednesday up to Friday we are all bullish last week. Now we are almost at 5k. If you, as you can see on daily time frame, we're almost at 5k. The structure on the lower time frame, like the 2 hour time frame, is basically just bullish structure. So higher highs and higher lows. So this is a low, higher low, a higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high. So potentially, yeah, we could see price on Monday. Yeah, we could see price jump, or maybe gap, like we've been seeing every Mondays. We just see a gap. You get me? And I think on Monday we should hit 5k. Potentially on Monday we should hit 5k. Right now, I don't think. I really don't think you should do anything on gold, right? So you get like a clear price action. You get me? If we were at a low, right? At a low, and maybe we are at this point, then yeah, we'll be looking forward to price making a new higher high. You get? So if we are at this higher low, we're looking forward to price to make new higher high. But since now we are at a higher high, potentially we could go higher, right? And then potentially maybe drop down to make a higher low, or potentially pushed up. Now, since potentially push up, maybe even up to 5-1, right? You could see price go up to even 5-1 potentially. Also, since this 5K is a very, very strong psychological zone, right? You know, there's going to be a lot of sell orders around this zone. You get me? Not necessarily sell orders, but a lot of take profits will be around this zone. 5,000 to 5-1, 5,100. Around that zone will be a lot of take profit zone. So people that had longs down from any place lower, that had longs any place lower, right? Potentially their take profit will be around this 5K zone to 5-1. You get me? So if a lot of buy orders is being liquidated, a lot of buy orders is being liquidated, then potentially we could see like more sell orders. So sellers could get a little bit more stronger. You get me? So on gold, you should just sit on your hands and just wait for price action. Okay, so on Monday, Tuesday, just wait for price action before we trade anything. But put on Monday, yeah, potentially we could see 5K on Monday, even higher. Then from there we just wait. So yeah, you just wait basically on gold and see what price action is going to play out this coming week. This is my also look for GJ and gold. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.